A very happy Monday evening to you, and thanks so much for joining us tonight at 6:30. We hope you all had a wonderful weekend despite the kind of wacky weather. Saturday we saw a good amount of rain across northern Michigan. Sunday was pretty nice, pretty hot, but some smoke was in the air. Today just seems to be the perfect day, Joe. It's nice and comfortable. A lot of us are in the 70s. It's sunny. It's just so lovely. I'm sure a lot of folks would prefer this temperature, this weather for the rest of the week, but it sounds like things might change a little bit.
Yeah, you know, we have building heat and humidity as we get into the middle of the week. I still think, though, we'll get a decent day in tomorrow.
Okay.
On Tuesday before the temperature really starts to warm up. I will say, though, that if you're up north, so say you're watching in Sault Ste. Marie, you might not get as hot as everybody else, and you probably will have more stormy weather midweek. If you're down in Clare, it looks dry and hot coming up. So we'll kind of break that down and look at that and just how long some of this warm weather is going to stick around, Maya. It looks like we'll have a couple days coming up here, but maybe even into early next week, some hot weather. So more on that in a few minutes.
All right, thank you so much, Joe. Let's start off with our top story tonight. We are all in a holding pattern. That's how one northern Michigan school superintendent describes the wait for Michigan lawmakers to pass the state's budget. State law requires a budget be presented before July 1st, but right around July 1st, we actually talked about this right here on Unscripted. We brought in a state representative, and we know that that deadline was not met. Well, now our Allie Baxter spoke with superintendents about the long-term consequences their students could face.
I'm confused as to why we're in this spot, because this isn't a secret. Our legislators know this. They know what the consequences are. They know that there's an impact that's going to be uniquely felt on kids, but somehow we're not doing anything.
The tables are bare and the hallways are empty. For now.
Kind of the trajectory we're on right now, I don't expect to see a budget before the school year begins.
For many northern Michigan school districts like Sutton's Bay, students are back in September, but the state budget that could impact their school experience could not be passed until October.
Yeah, 1/9 of the school year will be gone.
Cautious and conservative. That's how superintendents describe the budgets they submitted for this school year. Budgets that are required by state law to be done before July 1st.
That's state law, and there are consequences that are attached to it if a school board does not do that on time. Oddly enough, the state lawmakers have the same deadline. It's June 30 to pass the school aid budget. The difference is they don't have consequences.
Michigan lawmakers blew past that deadline earlier this month to pass a state budget, which is what school districts say they rely on to figure out what programs and positions they'll have money for.
How do you operate in that, right? It's like paying your mortgage and not knowing if you have money in your checking account for the draw on the first. Like, it's coming out. School's going to start.
I mean, there's no urgency. They're continuing to take for granted that schools will just always make it work. And we do, and we will, because we do what's best for kids. But they certainly are not.
Multiple proposals have been presented by the different legislative bodies.
I feel like we're in limbo with the three proposals of these. It doesn't have a clear path to getting across the finish line from our perspective, and that is very unusual.
Which superintendents say leaves them, their staff, and students in a state of unpredictability.
Who's not doing their job is the question, right? And if the students are doing their job, the families are doing their job, the principals, administration, and teachers are doing their job, what gives the legislative bodies the excuse to not do their job right now?
In northern Michigan, Allie Baxter, UpNorthLive News.
And both superintendents that we spoke to today say a budget hasn't been this delayed since before 2010. Well, sticking with education, we already know the future of technology includes artificial intelligence, but AI is also making its way into the classroom. Tonight, school administrators are setting up guidelines for AI as the new school year will begin very soon. Colin Roos tells us what we all need to know.
According to experts, the 2025-26 school year will be a technological turning point. Researchers and trainers say AI still has some hurdles to be widely adopted in Michigan schools, but its benefits are here to stay. Defining artificial intelligence as machines learning from experience, they say it has a wide variety of uses, cutting down on repetitive tasks to create a better school-life balance.
Our students were already using AI. The question wasn't whether it belonged in education, it was whether we as educators were going to step up.
It's a goal local administrators are running with. Harper Creek Superintendent Rob Ridgway said he saw the potential years ago for teachers in classroom preparation and planning. AI can eliminate translation services for families that don't speak English at home. It can quiz students, giving them feedback on their writing. It can even individualize assignments for students struggling in certain subject areas.
We might have a student in the 7th grade who is reading at a 12th grade level and a student in 7th grade reading at a 4th grade level. And AI can help take a lesson plan and then cater it towards the student at each of those levels.
He says with clear standards, it could take off in the coming years. Portage Public Schools held professional learning for teachers on AI this summer, working out how to apply it effectively. Assistant Superintendent of Instruction Dr. Michael Pasco says the danger lies in the possibility of bypassing learning. He sees its use in outlining and organizing thoughts in social studies class, but says it will have to be limited in math.
There are some tools out there that can just take pictures of questions and solve them without students doing the work.
Both Ridgway and Pasco say they're optimistic about its efficiency and the time it could save helping students to learn. It's a topic they say will come up more and more as education continues to move from the whiteboard to the screen.
I think it's something that, we have to accept that it's here.
That was Colin Roos reporting. As for how parents feel about artificial intelligence, Ridgway says that there is a bit of a mixed reception right now, with some already using it in their workplaces and others seeing it as cheating. He sees that changing as districts make their standards a little more clear. Well, how do you feel about artificial intelligence in the classroom? That is our question of the day today. More specifically, are you concerned about AI being implemented in the classroom? You can scan the QR code on your screen right now. That will take you over to our website where you can vote. You can also head to our Facebook page, or if you're watching on the live stream on Facebook, YouTube, or X right now, you can leave a comment there, and we will take a look at those comments and results toward the end of the show. Right now, I will say majority of voters are saying yes, they are concerned, but we'll give you updated numbers more towards the end of the show. Well, we all know that summer is a very busy time and blood donations do drop as a result, but we also know the need doesn't. That's why UpNorthLive is hosting a blood drive with Versity Blood Center. Tomorrow, the blood bus will be at our studio in Leelanau County. Tomorrow, that's Tuesday, July 22nd, from 11:30 a.m. until 5:30 p.m. And you can donate blood every 8 weeks. So if you donated during our last blood drive in May, you are eligible again. You head over to our website, UpNorthLive.com, for all the information you need and for a way to sign up as well. We do have quite a few spots open, so we'd love to get you signed up, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow at our blood drive here at our UpNorthLive studio. But for more on that, let's bring in our guest tonight, Heidi Robinson. She is the donor recruitment account representative with Versity Blood Center of Michigan. Thanks so much for joining us tonight, Heidi.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Maya. I appreciate being here.
Well, we're happy to have you here, and as I mentioned, we know that you can donate blood every 8 weeks. So if someone did donate blood again during our last blood drive in May, they are eligible tomorrow. But what are some other requirements for, who can donate blood?
So most healthy people can donate at age 17 and older. In some cases, 16-year-olds with parental consent. You just need to weigh at least 110 pounds and feel well on the day of donation. Even if you're unsure, just come talk to us. We're happy to walk you through it.
And what blood types are most needed right now?
We need all blood types, but types O negative and O positive are especially critical. O negative is the universal donor. It can help anyone in an emergency, but really whatever your blood type, somewhere out there needs you.
And I'm sure some people watching, maybe they have donated blood multiple times, so they kind of know the drill of what you need to do to prepare. But for those who are maybe getting ready to donate tomorrow for the very first time, what should they do before donating blood? Should they eat food? Should they not eat food? Drink water? Like, what would you recommend?
I would definitely recommend making sure that you don't have an empty stomach and that you're well hydrated. Think of it like prepping for a workout. Eat a good meal, hydrate really well, and get a solid night of sleep. The better you feel, the smoother the experience for both you and the person whose life you're about to save. On a little note, it takes less than 10 minutes where the needle is actually in your arm, and you burn 650 calories. So if you equate that to like a 2-hour rigorous workout, you're gonna treat your body accordingly.
There you go. Wow. So it only takes 10 minutes. That's very short. And I know there are still some people out there. I was like this a couple years ago where I didn't like needles. I was a little hesitant to give blood. I actually gave blood for the first time at our last blood drive in May, and it truly wasn't that bad. But for those who are kind of feeling that way as well, maybe they're a little hesitant because they don't do well with needles, they don't do well with blood. It's only 10 minutes, but what else is it like? What's the process of actually donating blood like?
The actual donation takes about 10 minutes, sometimes less than 10 minutes. Some of my friends and I like to have a little friendly competition, like who can donate the fastest, sometimes, under 5 minutes. But the entire appointment process is usually under an hour. It's less time than a lunch break, and it could mean the world to someone in your own community. Because the blood that you donate here goes directly to our hospital partners, Munson being one of them. So you're helping people in your very own backyard.
And is there a blood shortage right now, or is there a concern of any potential blood shortages for the summer season?
We always run that risk. Summer is especially tough, and also holidays.
Yeah.
But schools are out, people are on vacation, and donation routines get disrupted. But accidents, surgeries, and cancer treatments don't take a summer break. So that's why we need everyday heroes to step up right now. 30% of our donations come from our school partnerships. We have a really nice program where our schools can earn grants and scholarships. And then when it's summer break, we just kind of lose sight of some of those donors.
Right. And I know when you are donating, there are a couple of different options. So what is the difference between like a whole blood donation and double red donation?
Yeah, so whole blood is our most common donation. It's quick and an all-purpose gift. Double reds are more specialized. We use a special apheresis machine, which takes double the amount of red cells, but it gives you back your platelets and plasma. So you actually feel a little bit more energized. It's a smaller needle, weirdly enough, but it does take a little bit longer. But you can double your impact. And so when you were saying earlier that you're eligible to donate every 8 weeks, so basically every 56 days, so we say 2 months. For whole blood, for double red, it's double that. So it's every 4 months you're eligible to donate.
Gotcha. And then for most people, if they do donate blood, is there any sort of like recovery process or anything that they need to do after they donate?
Okay, so going back to the 650 calories, so if you're doing that 2-hour rigorous workout, or if you let's say like ran a half marathon, you're gonna treat your body accordingly. So you're gonna chill out, you're gonna rest, you're not going to sign up for a huge activity about 24 hours afterwards. But generally, you're fine afterwards. Listen to your body and hydrate even more, and be a glutton if you want. You can eat all of the things. And of course, we offer all of the snacks to help you replenish. But I would encourage celebrating with a night out, have a nice big steak dinner. That should make you feel better.
There you go. Treat yourself a little bit for saving lives in your community. So Heidi, what final message do you have for people who are thinking about donating?
I would say, so my job is coordinating mobile blood drives around the Traverse City area and beyond. So if you just do a quick visit to our website, versity.org/MI for Michigan, because we are in 5 states, then you'll be brought to our zip code page. So you can just pop in the zip code that's nearest to you, and it will populate all of the blood drives that are happening in your area with our partners. We have blood drives going on every day, Monday through Friday, as far as mobile blood drives, so outside of our center. And then our center on Arrow Park Drive is open 7 days a week.
So if folks can't make it to our blood drive at our studio tomorrow, there are plenty of other opportunities this summer to donate blood. So Heidi, thank you so much for joining us on Unscripted and giving us a little more information about what it's like to donate blood, the process, all of that good information. Again, we're really hoping to fill up all of our slots for our blood drive tomorrow. You can donate from 11:30 in the morning until 5:30 at night. We have all the information to sign up over on our website, UpNorthLive.com. All right, let's take a quick break, but coming up next, Joe is going to go into more detail on the forecast for the rest of the week. We talked about today, pretty nice day, but it's going to get pretty hot out there the rest of the week, but he'll have more specific details for you straight ahead.
I'm Jada Johnson from Big Boys TV, and the Fish and Game Report is sponsored by Johnson's Propane.
We are kicking off our new work week with some absolutely gorgeous weather. It is so nice outside, nice and comfortable, not too hot. But as Joe mentioned, it is going to get quite a bit hotter this week. Joe, how hot are we talking?
Yeah, it depends where you're at, but our warmest spots could see, Wednesday into Thursday, especially Thursday, low to mid 90s maybe. And with the humidity, it'll feel, upper 90s, maybe close to 100 degrees in some spots. So,
wow.
Yeah, so if you like that summer warmth, which we don't get, only a couple months of the year, we're going to have a bit of that coming up here. Let's take a look at a beautiful view here. This is our UpNorthLive Sky View drone today, right over downtown Traverse City. Got the bay there in the background. Just a nice summer look. Just think what that'll look like in 6 months from now. Look a lot different, but a beautiful day today. We had a lot of sunshine and a nice one. Here's a look live right now in Mackinac City, where a little bit of cloud cover overhead. It is 70 degrees with the south wind, but dry weather and pleasant. We'll probably see a similar situation tomorrow. Quick note, the International Space Station will head over tonight. So if you look at 10:08, now there are some clouds working in. We'll see if those thin out. But if you look in the northwest sky at 10:08, and it'll kind of follow, it'll head to the east and be done by 10:15, but you can see the space station once again tonight. All right, back to weather. 3 big things. A pleasant day tomorrow with seasonable temperatures, but then building heat and humidity. As we mentioned, kind of a prolonged warm to hot stretch. We may cool down a little bit Friday, but then it looks like next weekend into early next week, the heat returning. And with that being the case, thunderstorms returning too, especially Wednesday into Thursday across our northern counties. Right now, high pressure sits over Lake Huron, keeping our weather quiet. That's what led to the sunshine today, a nice day. We'll see more of that coming up tomorrow. But look at all the hot weather to our south. It's 97 right now, Little Rock, Arkansas, Lubbock, Texas, 100. And I know that's way, way down there. But that heat is going to gradually start lifting northward, that dome of heat toward northern Michigan. So you can kind of see that right there. As we head into Wednesday and Thursday, the jet stream lifts north. We will be on the edge of that hot weather, and that'll kick up some showers and thunderstorms. The humidity level will jump too. Tomorrow's still not bad, upper 50s. But then Wednesday and Thursday, we're looking at temperatures around 70 degrees. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Not temperatures rather, but the dew point, how much moisture there is in the air, really climbing. So it's going to be a bit uncomfortable. Tonight, dry weather. Tomorrow, the same thing. On our Tuesday, partly cloudy. On the edge of that dome of heat, thunderstorms will be kind of riding along the northern edge of this. So you can see by Wednesday, we start to get some showers and thunderstorms into parts of northern Michigan. So Wednesday, yeah, that's kind of the day that we're looking at for some showers and storms. And as we take a look here, there it is. Wednesday, warm to hot. Thursday, pretty warm to hot. Rain north. Friday, not cool, and we're still in the 80s, but it'll be a little bit cooler. And then when we get back, well, into the 80s to near 90 late in the weekend. And next Monday, it looks hot too. So got a little bit of a stretch here, Maya, where it's going to be pretty warm. And of course, with that, a few showers and storms at times. But tomorrow still looks pretty good.
All right, well, enjoy tomorrow then before it gets too hot out there. Thanks so much, Joe. Let's take another quick break, but we will bring in our sports director, Harrison Beebe, on his way to the Traverse City Pit Spitters game straight ahead. The Traverse City Pittsburghers have been on a hot streak recently, and the team is hoping to continue that tonight at their game in Traverse City. That's where we'll find our sports director, Harrison Beebe, live from his car. Hey, Harrison.
That's right, Maya. Do you remember how many they've won in a row now?
7, right?
That's
I wanted you to share that. I didn't want to steal all your thunder.
Well, I'm actually enjoying more of this little back and forth little trivia contest we have with you every day to see if you can guess what we're going to be talking about, and specifically what the record was for the win streak. And yeah, 7 going for 8 tonight, and they still have a lot more home games. They've got a doubleheader tomorrow, and then they'll be home with games through Friday. So certainly a comfort zone for them. We are still a few weeks left until the postseason, but things going well for the Pittsburghers. And finally, the Tigers got a win last night after more than a week of actual time and waiting. Their last win was well before the All-Star break, and then they'd lost 4 straight, and then we had to wait until Sunday Night Baseball last night for the Tigers to get a win back.
We're bouncing back in the win column, first team to get to 60 wins this season, so you can't really complain too much.
You can't. We are getting close to trade deadline time, and I know a year ago we were talking about Tarek Skubal. Would they trade him? Would they not trade him? Hopefully they don't trade him this year. Hit pitch pretty well again last night, but we will find out in the next week and a half how that team will look, if they will add anything to make them any better for the home stretch here of the final 2 months of the regular season. But yes, it's very good. I know a lot of Tiger fans were getting pretty irked to see the team perform so well in the first 3 months, and then to see them lose 6 straight with that awkward All-Star break in the middle. It kind of took a little bit of the steam out of the Detroit Tiger run this year, but it is a long season, so hopefully they can make us forget about it pretty quick.
Hopefully they can do that starting tonight with another win. That would be lovely. Harrison, thanks much for joining us. Have fun at that Pittsburghers game. We're looking forward to seeing the highlights tonight on Up North Live News at 11. But right now we are going to take a quick pause. But in just about a few minutes, we will come back and share our question of the day live results with you and read a few of your comments. So don't go anywhere just yet.
Salon services are furnished by Epiphany Advanced Academy in East Acme.
Taking a look at the live results for our question of the day. Are you concerned about AI being implemented into the classroom? As you can see by the results, 76% of voters are saying yes, only 24% no. You can still vote by scanning that QR code on your screen right now. Over on Facebook, Kristen says kids should be using more pencil and paper than technology. Schools promote no school time, but yet most everything is done on computers. That's a very good point. It's interesting to see how much education is changing in just the last decade or so. A lot went from everything on paper and pen to now computers, and now with AI. The future is a little up in the air in the education world right now. You can join the conversation over on our Facebook page, but we are all out of time here on Unscripted. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here at 11 o'clock tonight.